Dear God, please hear me out. I know it's been a couple years since I've reached out and said hello. I bet you're wondering why I keep obsessing on and stressing all the little things when I should be living life and soaking up the memories. I know I've been selfish, I have no excuse to give you, it's true. Hanging by a thread's how I live. I don't know why, but I feel more comfortable living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. Yeah, been this way so long it feels like something's off when I'm not depressed. I got some issues that I won't address. I got some baggage I ain't open yet. I got some demons I should put to rest. I got some traumas that I can't forget. I got some phone calls I've been avoiding, some family members I don't really connect with, some things I said I wish I would've not let slip, some hurtful words that never should've left my lips, some bridges burned I'm not ready to rebuild yet, some insecurities I haven't dealt with yet. I'll be the first to admit that I'm a lonely soul, and the last to admit I need a hand to hold. Losing hope, headed down a dangerous road. Strange I know, but I feel most at home when I'm living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. Don't know what's around the bend, don't know what my future is, but I can't keep on living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. If I was happy. If I was happy.
Said I'm an early bird. It's 10 o'clock before I say a word. Baby, I can never tell. How do you sleep so well? You keep telling me to live right, to go to bed before the daylight.
Yo, how's everybody? Happy Monday. How's everybody doing today? What up, what up? Into what's up, dude? No, I wouldn't say it's a new release. It's been out for a bit. It's Noctis, JC, Congrats on top 8 again, man. But that's what? 4 0-4s in a row, right? Tough, dude. Tough. Where's the U bracket? It doesn't exist yet, but I'll make it. I'll try to put together the EU matches for y'all today. We'll do it for a video. What's up, Arrow? Mar, how you doing? What's up, Josh? Matt Adder, how you doing? How you doing? How's everybody's weekend? Did you guys get to tune into the matches? They were nuts. 4-2 Shopify and OG, 4-3 TSM. Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's what. You're 0-4 in quarterfinals, but you guys have definitely gotten wins. Shopify, OG, TSM. Tough, man. Tough. Thoughts on Snowman? Good, but room for improvement. Good showing from them. Happy for them, but their defense could use some work. About recap, my buddy made top 6 EMEA. No WCS. That's fucking sick, man. Sorry if I'm a little low energy today, chat. I've been fighting a headache for like 2-3 days. It just keeps coming back, and I don't know why. But we had a bunch of meetings this morning. What will be at best match of the region? Ooh, that's a good question. The Snowman Gen G match was pretty fucking good. G2 Space Station was a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be. What's up, Jose? How you, Matt? Is Gen G now above G2? No, not even close. If you're talking overall RLCS, no, because of major points. But for the split, yeah, for the split, they're 4 points ahead. Reset the sub goal. Oh yeah. Thank you, good shout. For some reason, the that should only take the daily results, and for some reason it never works. I don't know why. You watch the Snowpo clip going around? A lot of people saying he'll get permabanned. Oh no, I didn't see any clip. Another day, mentality has been constantly improving. The scoreboard will show that soon. That's cool, JC. As long as you guys are constantly progressing and making efforts, right? Went to my first ever concert last night. By group name of Citizen Soldier. You like them if you like Linkin Park Granif. Interesting. Feel free to drop them in the Discord. Always down to see new music. Any current form also, they seem to have gotten better than them lately. I mean, lately Gen G they've won the last 2 events, but at the major, G2 obviously did better. Do you have a thing from the first land I went to? I do. I have a lot of things from the first land I went to. Unfortunately, all my credentials and all my badges are gone, which sucks, but I lost those in the move. Like Gen G, by all means, if you guys weren't here on Thursday, I think it might have been Thursday. On Thursday, we did predictions with Chrome, actually. when Chrome got announced as their coach. And I told him, and I replied to his tweet as well, saying, I fully believe that Gen G has all the pieces to be better than G2. Statistically, on paper, their players can be so impactful. And I told him that if it may not happen right now, but I think over time I have faith that Chrome is going to take Gen G and make them the #1 team in NA. And they've already won one event. Despite a shaky start, despite going 3-2 in Swiss, like, you have a Discord group? Yeah, meant to be description down below on YouTube has links to all my socials. Discord.gg/Lawler. And then in there's a music text channel. Yeah. So it is cool to see Gen G kind of live up to the expectation I put on them so soon. But at the end of the day, game 7, it could have been either way. It went to OT. Who does Illusion coach now? I don't think Illusion's coaching anybody right now, but I assume they'll move him to manager, but we'll have to wait and see. Gen G didn't say specifically what happened, but they said they have plans for Illusion coming soon. Whatever those, I don't know specifically. Any other announced private documents we should know about for tournaments? God, right? Isn't that crazy, JC, that they just had private rules that they never told us about? It's insane. I don't know how to say this name. Perxertus? I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. PXRTUS alt. Thanks for the follow, man. Genji pushed M8 mates harder than someone that went to Atlanta. I mean, head-to-head matchups don't really equate. Like, just because Genji played mates closer than doesn't mean that G2's worse or better. It's different play styles, different matches, different adjustments, different motivations, different momentum. Like, there's other factors. What's up, Smooch? Hey Jonesy. Hey, man. Do you know thing roster before other people? I tend to know rosters before others, yes. London will be the first major I've gone to. Nice, dude. That'll be sick. Have fun. Went to Ghost Inside and Bleed Within Friday. It was awesome. During Bleed from Within, everyone started chanting "Let's go Scotland," and the drummer from here is just gonna wear as well. That's pretty cool. Sounds like a fun experience, man. Glad you had a good time. Just like Chronic as the person who'll take them to bigger heights. No, Chrome, their new coach, I think will take Genji. Like, Genji has all the pieces between all of them to do incredible things. We're still undefeated against Genji, so that means we're the best in NA. Just like how Dignitas is better than LG because LG never beats them. Yeah, no, people are dumb. Head-to-head doesn't work like that, guys. Which love is always. I appreciate it, Wolfden. How you doing, man? Love Atomic, but MOG could use. Nah, I mean, Atomic's very good. Atomic was the reason why they made it to the grand finals. Like, by all means, Daniel played out of his fucking mind, but Atomic's shooting was a big reason. Atomic was ice cold in Copenhagen. It's going good, Luke. How you doing, man? Great weekend overall. Snowman coming up and OG getting points. Fun to watch. Yeah, some consistencies shown, some inconsistencies, some new faces as well, which is always cool. Thoughts on SSA top 4 being invaded by EU? I kind of don't like it. It'll make the region better, but I kind of hate it. Like, you're basically just giving shit tier EU teams a 5th spot to the major. I fucking hate it. Wonder Snowmen have the ice to keep getting results to make land. I mean, hopefully they come in with the same mentality. They got nothing to lose. One RLCS rule that chat thinks is dumb. I don't know if there's any specific rules that I think are dumb. Like, get any you should still have 5 spots. I don't. If you're only gonna have 16 land spots, I don't. If they had 20 land spots, then yeah, then I would definitely bump it up. But I'm glad they gave Mina another one in SSA 1. SSA is never gonna get better if they don't get to compete. Single Limb top 8 is dumb. Def not biased. I mean, JC, maybe if you guys would just fucking win your matches. JC, let's call it what it is. There's no excuse for you guys to ever lose to TSM. I love the TSM boys. I think they're extremely talented. But, like, shame on you guys for losing to TSM. You also hope that Snowman makes the major, that NA gives them a chance. I think Snowman control their own fate. Also good on Space Station for making semis, dodging Genji, and going the distance against G2. I just add more spots for my region instead of removing them from major ones. What I wanted them to do is I wanted them to make it 20 teams and then give the top 4 seeds a first round bye. That's what I wish would have happened. They should implement a 1/3 rule for cross-regional teams. I agree. I think you should at least have someone endemic to the region to do it. France just needs to be his own region. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. Have you ever banned someone? Yeah, plenty of times. Turns out people on the internet kind of suck. Bans happen more frequently than they need to, but our community is usually pretty good. Scrims mean nothing though. Scrims are a good inclination of like fundamentals and like core concepts and traits, but in the grand scheme of things, yeah, scrims don't mean shit. GG Space Station was a great series. Yeah, Space Station put up some really good fights this weekend. My girlfriend's dad's asking me to help wall mount his TV. Any looks on the new Oxygen roster and how they're doing? They played super clean this weekend. In qualifiers they ran right through, no issues. They did play a close series against the new Fast Forward though. Fast Forward took them to 5. What's up, Welch? What's up, Brazil? Who's top 4 in NA or in general? Play Fortnite? No, I'm not a Fortnite kid. We will be playing. We have a sponsored stream on Wednesday for everybody. Chat. On Wednesday, we're going to be playing a game called Ascendant. You guys want to see what we're playing on Wednesday? We'll be playing this on Wednesday.
Welcome to the post-apocalyptic party we call Harmony. Let's grab that sweet, sweet.
We have a creator only stream playtest on Wednesday.
Hell yeah. We got the Biocore. Let's rock and roll, baby.
Launch initiated.
No Worlds wildcard this year? No. It's just like 5v5. I think it's 3v3v3v3. I think it's 4 teams of 3. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to go in a little bit blind. But you can like fully customize all your items and weapons and shit. I don't know. I'm literally going in blind on Wednesday. I have like a 2-hour playtest that we'll be doing for like creators only. I joined a team with one of the devs and we'll see how it goes. That looks broken. So many cussies.
Time to patch up, amigos.
Basically, I'm gonna go full W and try to play as aggressive as possible. Also, apparently you can become an alien. Like, I don't know, dude. There's so many weird things happening. They haven't announced any ticket information for Worth. You guys gotta wait until
Oh yeah, like they're gonna need some.
ticket information will happen probably after London or right before London, if I had to guess. Like, okay, people want to buy tickets, but like, good time. It's all right, Breus. How you doing, man? My top 4 in NA right now: G2 Gen G, obviously. Space Station, I would have to say. I think Space Station has always been in that conversation. They just haven't. They haven't had the luck of the draw. Like, and then that 4th team is up for grabs. I think OG has proven consistency. Shopify, I think, really looked good. I think Shopify looked great this weekend. Do you do sponsor for the money or think good or both? I mean, usually when I take a sponsorship, there's a few possibilities. There's a few things that go into it. 1, how is my community going to react? 2, monetarily, is it worth my time? 3, is it a product I believe in or I enjoy? Like, there's a lot of different factors that come into it. And those are never the same every single time I take a partnership. Sometimes I'll take a partnership for $0 just because it creates a good long-standing conversation. It creates a rapport, or like it gives me like a foot in the door with a thing that I want to work towards. It varies a lot. Were you on the side of them getting robbed out of the major last split? No, I was on the side of Space Station needing to close out their fucking matches. Yeah, they got Gen G multiple times in a row, but like, call it what it is. They got to win their games. But yeah, no wild card this year for Worlds, which is big sad. I think Blast will add additional spots for majors next season. I would assume so. I think Blast is making some pretty good changes moving forward. I think the top 4 NAEU has changed. Yeah. EU, I wouldn't be surprised if Oxygen makes it instead of one other, but it's gonna be tough. NA greater than EU. There's nothing to support that argument, unfortunately. If you had to choose, who do you think will make it for NA? G2 Gen G, Space Station, OG, if I had to guess. But it's going to come down to which one of the teams in that middle of the pack make it in their quarterfinal, make a top 4. It's going to be close. It's going to come down to Qual 6. I like how LG always goes 2-2 rounds. I mean, yeah, they do it to themselves. But just like Shopify was having issues in quarters, Luminosity ran into a struggling Gen G. We saw the exact same thing happen when Gen G lost first round and didn't go 3-0. They dropped down and they caused more. Like, it happens, dude. Happens all the time. Super Toy, I appreciate the membership, dude. Thanks, man. Enjoy the badge and the emotes, dude. Later beat. Mina greater than NA. Maybe at the surface. LG didn't perform to his peak last split. I'm glad he's back. Looks insane. Yep. Yeah, the guys played good. The guys played really good. 21 months though, Super Toy. That's crazy, bro. I think Mod left rather than getting kicked. He looked revitalized. I'm pretty sure he got let go, but they looked great, dude. They took Falcons to game 7 in the grand finals, didn't they? Personally thinking Snowman make top 4. I would hold off. I would be a little bit more reserved. It's one event. Wonder if XSET or 100 Thieves will pick up Snowman. Very unlikely. XSET's focusing more as a lifestyle brand, and 100 Thieves hasn't really done much lately. Sign up on day 1 or close to it. Appreciate you, man. Mina and Sam are also interested to mine as new top 2 in Team Secret. Yeah. Yeah, there's some pretty good matches this weekend, chat. Really, really close. XSET is into merchant clothing a lot right now. Yeah, lifestyle. That's what I meant. I've got a buddy who's one of their partnerships people over there, and I know some of the higher ups as well. I like XSET. They do some cool stuff, but they're definitely focused on lifestyle branding right now because they realize that gaming doesn't make money. And I'm like, took you fuckers long enough. Thinking about buying a Space Station shirt. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. I've got some Space Station merch. What's up, Ethan? We're having Cloud9 as an org again. Yeah, it's kind of odd seeing them come back, and the reason they came back is not, in my opinion, for the best of reasons, but I'm never going to be upset about them picking up a team, so. Laughing so hard at the tweet from SSG after they beat OG. What did they tweet? Well, feel free to link the tweet. I was off socials this weekend for the most part. I had some personal stuff going on. I went to some like cave where there was like beer tasting and stuff. C9 came back and saw the same play style from 2019. Ouch. But true. A cave? Yeah. Yeah, they had like tables set up inside of a cave and shit. It was dope. You paid for like a little cup, like yay big, and then they had a bunch of like merch tents and stuff outside, and like pizza and shit, and then you could go inside of a cave and like taste different beers. Pretty cool. It's basically an excuse to be outside and drink. So I'd love to see Snowman get to Worlds. They might get picked up by an org. I mean, there's no guarantees of getting picked up by an org. Like I know of orgs that have been interested in Snowmen already, but there has been unfortunate reasons as to why they haven't been picked up that we don't need to go into. Kind of thought Snowman would have been the better new C9. I mean, watch, what am I looking at? I don't know if that's how you link Twitter posts. No, you... Well, let me... I'm going to teach you guys. Said it was a space station.
Whoa, hey, let's roll this down. Hey, listen up. We all know flip resets are cool, but not in real life. Let's leave the aerials to the pros and drive responsibly, huh? Thanks, guys.
That's pretty fucking great.
This message paid for and brought to you by our sponsors, POG, Parents of Gamers.
It's so good. That hits the nostalgia real good. That's so good. I love Shondurus and the boys. Also, if you ever want to share a tweet, you can either click on it and then copy the link, or you hit the little button, then you hit copy link here. But right-clicking it will just share the image. Yeah, that's fucking great. That's so funny. That's like it's like those really cringe commercials of like you wouldn't skateboard drunk. Yeah. That's pretty good though. I think his season is literally halfway done. 5 events done, 5 to go. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the old weed commercials. Yeah. Although the old weed commercials were a little weird. They're like, drinking weed makes you gay. And it's like, can you say that? Like, what kind of racist 70-year-old grandpa type shit is this? The couch that ate the girl. Yeah, God. Commercials were really weird back in the day, chat. You wouldn't download a car? I so fucking would. I would so download a car. Are you kidding me? As soon as we can 3D print cars and like they're functional, I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck. You wouldn't download a car? Do you know how many movies I downloaded? How much music? I gladly got viruses from LimeWire. Bring it on. All right. Everyone I know that skateboards has done it drunk. Yeah, well, are any of them professionals, JC? With CNC machines, you can technically download a car now. Yeah, well, that's different. I'm just saying, like, who has a CNC machine in their house, you know? I'm not saying you can just immediately be like, yoink, I got a car. Like you can music, you know? Yeah, there's some, like, what was it? Dare. Do you guys remember Dare as kids? I can ask that to this chat because this chat's usually a little bit older. But do you guys remember Dare growing up? And basically it was like, we dare you to do drugs. And everybody's like, bet. Sure, I'll try them. Like, it had the complete opposite effect on everybody in my friend group. Do you guys not remember Dare? So for those that don't know, Dare as kids was drug abuse resistance education. It was in the 80s and the 90s. It was a paranoia of the time, not effectiveness, that offered an environment for the DARE program to sweep the nation. The growth of the old DARE program was due largely to politicians and school systems, stakeholders who profited from selling DARE-related materials. Yep. If this doesn't immediately hit you with the nostalgia, you might be too young. The DARE campaign was it was about, like, they basically tried to teach people that, like, pot and heroin were the same thing. But everybody joked about it being drugs are really expensive. That's what the acronym everybody joked about. Drugs are really expensive. And it did absolutely nothing. What do you think this generation's DARE program is? Fortnite. You think any of those virgins are going to be doing drugs? Ain't no way. And their drug of choice is probably going to be Adderall, right? I want to see another team in the grand finals. That's not G or G2. I mean, dude, we gotta see a team worthy of that. I think Space Station's getting there. They're close. I wanted to know how I could influence Rocket League to add console, keyboard, and mouse. What? I don't know if they'll ever do that. We had to write a paper for DARE in elementary school. They selected mine to be read in front of the entire school. How'd that go? King, I don't know if they're ever going to do that. At that point, you got to have a PC, you know? The saying, say no to drugs has always made me laugh. If you're talking to drugs, it's probably too late to talk to them. Or just say no to it. Fair. What question would you use to separate millennials and Gen Z? What question? Show me how to use this telephone, and then I would pull out a rotary phone. I would say, call your parents on this phone. And they wouldn't be able to do it. I used to play PC, KBM, Rocket League for years, and since I broke, I switched to Xbox, but can't play Rocket League because KBM is not. That's tough, dude. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if they have a solution for it. Hey, Josh. Most people are over on Twitch, Josh. Not the rotary phone? Dude. Throwbacks. You ever play the finals? Yes. Yes. We used to grind the ranked of the finals, and then I haven't played it in a while. Because I'm a ARPG loser. I love ARPGs too much. Zims might be the best way to play KBM on console. What's Zims? Matrix multi-input adapter? Oh, yeah, you could use a zoom matrix. That makes sense. It also depends on the time of the day, Josh. Some days mid-afternoon we'll have like 40, 50, 60 viewers. Sometimes, you know, it varies a lot on YouTube. Can you tell me which one to buy? I can't say I'm familiar, but my best recommendation is go to Amazon or you said you have an Xbox Zim. Zim Apex keyboard mouse controller adapter converter for PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360. Zim are cheating. Ow. Man just wants to play Rocket League, dude. The man wants to put himself at a disadvantage in Rocket League. Yeah, for FPS games I can understand, but like at the same time, you guys got aim assist, so fuck you guys. Thanks to Fortnite and Halo and all those games, like the aim assist is so crazy for controllers. What do you think about LG not making top 8? I mean, LG has consistently put themselves in round 5. It's about time it caught up to them. Is aim assist a thing on third person SPS? 100%. It has to be. The aim assist on third person shooters is mostly to make it feel. It's mostly to make it feel more consistent to what you're aiming at. Like, they showed this in Gears of War back in the day about how they have bullet spread actually, like, magnify to the position because otherwise it feels weird. But people cry about Zims on Siege. Wait, Siege is on console? Didn't know that. Makes sense. I could add a touchscreen rotary on my cell and I'd probably use it for nostalgia. So that'd be kind of cool. Aim assist is horrible on Fortnite. Again, you guys got to understand from a marketing standpoint and from like a profit sharing standpoint, the reason why aim assist is so high is because they're trying to get these kids to think that they like, again, the like endorphin rush, the serotonin that goes into your brain when you win in a BR is like, holy shit, I want to keep playing. I want to spend money. I want to. So they purposely added bots. They made aim assist really, really good. Like, they've done things to make it so the allurement or they've basically fooled you into thinking that you are better than you are because of the tools that have been provided, which gets people to play longer and have more money spent. But like, aim assist is fucking crazy. Like, you see it in Call of Duty, you see it in Fortnite, you see it in, like, it's wild. Like, I've seen it in some games where like the player is moving by and they jump and it like follows. You don't even have to aim. It's wild. It's so crazy. And assist is absolutely bonkers. Also, Chrome, congrats on the win this weekend, buddy. Happy for you. No, which types of games are RPGs? Which ones? It's why games like Dota, etc. are more popular. Well, so Dota and LOL are considered a MOBA. Massive Online Battle Arena is what it stands for. But they stemmed and originated from RTSs, which is real-time strategy, which is like StarCraft, Warcraft, Command and Conquer, things of that nature. Nice Dobot. That's the way to go about it, man. Does anyone allow aim assist using KBM? Sounds to me like it's only fair. And some games do have aim assist built in for even KBM. RB, appreciate the follow, man. Was Alu ever officially released from Gen G? No, they are transitioning his role into something else from what it looks like. Their Twitter said and alluded to like next steps coming soon. Warcraft 3 custom maps. Dude, I'm so mad, Alter. I am so mad about that. They remastered Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne and fucking destroyed the online game. And now I can't play it because I played Frozen, like Frozen Throne was like my favorite pastime. If we could do a community week, like a community game like day during the week, we would just play Warcraft 3 custom. We'd play Enfos, we'd play Tower Defenses, we would play Hero Wars, we would play. It'd be the fucking best. But they ruined it. It pisses me off. So upset. That role can't be active on the team since he participated in open quals, right? I mean, I don't know. I think he may have just broke the rules altogether. But I don't know. I honestly have no idea. But if he's officially signed with a roster, then he can't. Like, selfishly, I would love to fucking manage Gen G. Oh god, it'd be so much fun. Get to work alongside Chrome and fucking build for the future. Oh, it'd be sick. Also, their merch is dope. I was like at RTS, but I played a shit of custom games. Yeah, dude. StarCraft and Warcraft custom games were nothing like it, dude. They gave us, literally, they gave us League of Legends. They gave us Tower Defenses. They gave us so many good games. They gave us Auto Chess. They gave us, yeah. Merch has too many mobile one icons. Hey man, it pays the bills and allows them to keep paying for their team, so they can put as many mobile one icons as they want. Between that and the Puma stuff, the fact that they have Puma doing their merch, I love Puma merch. Their stuff's so good. What's up, Sunscape? Chat, after this ad break, we're gonna record a video.
It is ooh la la Lawler.
Woo.
It is ooh la la Lawler.
Shout out Gen.G.
Sunscape, thank you for the 14 months. Greatly appreciate it, man. Boost Blitz is happening tomorrow. Boost Blitz. Oh, with that's with Luminosity, yeah. Or Woody's got unlimited boost. Sunscape, appreciate the 14 months. Marcus, thank you for the 4 months as well. Shout out Genji. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. When is the next RLCS Worlds? September, chat. Really want 100 Thieves in RL. Love their merch, but don't watch any other esport. Yeah, they've tampered with the idea of coming in, but honestly, the only way I see them joining is if they get the bag to do it. Any GC1s in here? It's me, GC1. Sorry, my girlfriend's dad's texting me about setting up a wall mount. All right, let's do the thing, chat. We got some recaps to do. Video time? Yes, sir. Send it. How's it going, everybody? It is officially the beginning of Major 2 qualifications, with Qual 4 getting underway and wrapping up for basically every region outside of EU. We had NA, SAM, a bunch of others go down, MENA. We had a lot of close matches across, but we're going to be focusing on NA today and some of the chaos. Some similar storylines and some things catching up to people across the board. We had some fun results around the series. I don't know how you say series plural. Series with an apostrophe. I can't put an apostrophe in words. Either way, we had a lot of interesting results here in Swiss. Some familiar, some not. And we're going to kind of just poke and prod at some of these and then talk about some of the drama that went down this weekend as well. If you guys didn't see my Twitter, we'll reference that. But some things remain the same, which is G2 continues to be dominant, looking really, really good. Unfortunately for Space Station, they run into them yet again, as always in the Swiss rounds, but G2 3-0 as expected. We also saw the Swiss merchants in M80 start out really strong, going 3-0. We thought, until they ran into G2 for the qualifications, and then they dropped to Space Station. So Space Station stocks going up, controlling their own fate and their own destiny to try and dodge Gen.G. But both M80 and Gen.G actually starting 2-0 and then dropping down to the 5th and final round, which caused some chaos. Some exciting things that I got to see as well and really paid attention to was Shopify Rebellion. People have been talking about the inconsistency, Justin choosing to stick with the roster, and it ended up being in a really good form. They played a really tough Space Station who looked incredible this weekend. We'll talk more about them later. But Shopify, I think, looked really solid. Sweeps against the middle of the pack teams. Obviously, Moist, former Pirates on a boat, and Cloud9, the former Omelet team, getting picked up and winning against both of those. So really good stuff for Shopify. I actually was really happy with their performance. Their offense looked incredible. They were putting up goals so often, like 5-1, 6-1 type games. Like, Shopify looked like they're starting to figure their stuff out. Whether that's just going to be a repeat of what they did in Qual 1 and then Qual 2 and the decline, I don't know. But I really liked what Shopify looked like this weekend. The other big surprise in the big conversation was Snowmen. Obviously, if you guys don't know the young players, I've talked about this a little bit. Reveal, their youngest is Scribbles, and that kind of got passed up by who's that young kid that just started playing? I can't remember. But Snowman has a player that has had issues with ping, being on the West Coast with like 80 plus ping. We've talked to him individually, and he's expressed like there's certain times on kickoffs where he goes to read the ball and the kickoff will go back left and then it'll rubber band to back right and he'll just whiff and it leads for an open net. So he was able to play on like sub 30 ping this weekend, and boy did it show. Super aggressive to the ball, was able to react accordingly, was dusting people. Like, his impact, his setup capabilities are incredible. The issue I have with Snowman though is they do get a little bit too aggressive, and then they fail to play defense, and then they get scored on really easily. And Gen.G exploited that both times. Really tough stuff. I will say though, the Snowmen as like a stable positioning type play, middle of the pack, I don't think is any more. As they continue to gain experience and stuff, like Snowmen controls their own fate. I think that 4th seed to NA for the major is totally up for grabs. Snowmen is doing a good job of putting themselves part of the conversation. And the way that's going to come down is how do these teams kind of in this area really perform? The Energies, the TSMs, the Luminosity, Moist, Shopify, Dignitas, all those teams that are kind of in that middle area that are like, we might make top 8, we might fall out going 2 and 3. Whoever can win those matchups consistently is going to put themselves in a really good spot. But making the major has to go with going to top 4, which is where M80 tends to have problems. So overall, OG, good to see them have consistent results. You know, quick work of moving through. Their only loss coming to M80 in 5. So good fight there. But other than that, winning the competition against the matches that they should be, like LG and the Genji upset was actually pretty crazy. That match was wild. Energy looked pretty solid with the new addition of Aqua. It seems like they're only going to get better. The difficulty I have with Energy is like they can't just feed the rock to Aqua and hope he does everything. Everybody has to become more involved, and we got to see a little bit of that out of Garrett, which was pretty dope. So other upsets finally catching up to him. Luminosity not making top 8 this time. Part of that is with Genji dropping to the 5th and final round, but on Luminosity as well, they go to round 5 every single time. It was about time the round 5 curse caught up to them. In this case, they are on the receiving end of being eliminated. So again, you cannot put yourself in these circumstances and hope it goes in your favor every single time. It's going to be problematic. Same thing with TSM after making a top 4. Now on the opposite side. Tough stuff, but it does give us our top 8, 1v8, 2v7, so on and so forth. And we drop down to that lower bracket. But before we do that, we got to talk about round 3 to round 4. During the tournament, there were some complications that we had not yet seen before. Apparently, without going into too many details, there is a private rulebook that is had by the admins that we have not really seen be a cause for concern, except for one other time. I talked to the community manager, the community operations guy in Mateo for North America about what happened. For those that are unfamiliar, a lot of people rely on a community member by the name of Adam Core, who puts out the spreadsheets that you guys see us use every single week that I helped kind of promote and make public years ago while he was doing stuff, because I was tired of having to manually draw on Liquipedia. Those spreadsheets pretty much are the guarantee thing used. And the problem is if the algorithm that he puts in or the formula that he puts in to determine what the next matchups are wrong, a lot of people take that as fact. The difficulty, though, is we also found out that there is a rule that has been used on a behind-the-scenes document that was not made public, which is kind of goofy. I went back and looked at the rules, like the official RLCS rules for Season X, 21-22 and 22-23, and this rule was nowhere to be mentioned, which is basically what the tiebreaker scenarios are in round 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth of Swiss. They just were not stated at all in the public rulebook. Turns out that there is a private document behind the scenes that the admins use to reference that changes some things. So while talking to him and why this is important is there was a point when we saw, what I'm going to break down here for you all if you can't see it, is there is M80 and Genji in the high round of round 3. So these teams right now are 2-0. If they lose, they then become 2-1 and will play in the middle round the teams that win. The difficulty, though, is with the way that the teams work out is there is more teams here than there is here or on the low side. So there is 2 teams in the middle that have to play each other in some capacity. And in the past, it was really simple. Hey, the team who has the best game differential from the 2-0 round will play the worst team from the 1-1 round that goes 2-1 in a win. So that's kind of what I've broken down here on the side. You've got Genji with a +4 and M80 with a 0 game differential. They've gone even. In the mid rounds, you had Shopify, Cloud9, OG, and Space Station. So it was assumed Genji plays Space Station, M80 plays OG, Shopify plays C9. The issue is those teams have already played each other previously. So you couldn't see a certain team like M80 who has already played Cloud9 play Cloud9 again. They've already played OG. They can't play again. So because of that, with Shopify already playing Cloud9 and M80, it was assumed that, hey, they just played Genji. Simple as that. Not the case because of a different rule. A different rule that we didn't know about publicly that has been determined is that in the circumstance of tiebreakers and even matchups and rematches, which in Swiss you can't have rematches, it's part of the rules. They take the mid-high seed. So in this round, that would be Shopify, Space Station, Cloud9, and OG. And whoever has the highest game differential, which is Shopify +5, they technically put them into this category in the high seeds as a placeholder just in case for tiebreakers. So because Shopify is technically classified in that high round, we then got to see the results differ, where Shopify has to play Cloud9 because of the tiebreakers that are happening between them playing Cloud9 before and M80. So it was a really weird circumstance of balancing things out and seeing who played who. And it caused a bunch of chaos. A bunch of it didn't make sense. There's a couple references on Twitter about it where it had happened with like Monaco Esports way back, like a couple seasons ago. Long story short, with that huge tangent, the whole purpose of this is what the matches were supposed to be. This is what they ended up being instead. So they got fixed. We figured out who was playing who and what things were supposed to look like. And then they ended up working out a different way instead. So things ended up playing out differently than what everybody had expectations of. And they made adjustments. But after talking with Mateo, there is intentions of making those in the RLCS rulebook and adding those rules publicly, just to make sure that there is no more confusion, because everybody had been going on one rule set for like 2 years and the circumstance has not really ever popped up. But what were we supposed to do? Because if I go and check the rules on my own, my own time, I don't see any rules that determine that. It's tough for me to be like, well, how are you guys making these matches what they are when this stuff is wrong? And the reason why that stuff's important too is from an organizational standpoint. If, I work for an organization or this or that, and I'm trying to inform my staff of like what the appropriate thing is, who our next matchup is, who we're preparing for, and it's wrong, stuff's really frustrating. So they're hopefully adding those to the rule books moving forward, providing more transparency when it comes to the rules and stuff. But this has been a rule since like RLCS X that just was never public. It was really, really weird. So it created a lot of issues. Round 4 was all chaos. Everybody's like, none of these matches are what they're supposed to be. None of this counts. The competitive integrity is chalked. Like all these problems. Eventually, they did clarify. They did get things cleared up. They had results and specifics to it, and everything was fine. So, kind of weird, kind of a little bit of a hiccup. But eventually, we do get into the playoffs, and the playoffs are actually really, really solid. First one was Gen G and Shopify. I will say Shopify played this much closer than what a lot of people think, but Gen G for the most part was pretty dominant. Just goes to show, like, and I'm gonna put this out there. There's a lot of people flaming Chrome and flaming Gen G for getting rid of Illusion because of how Swiss went, and it kind of frustrates me seeing, like, obviously Twitch chat is not where I go for logical conversation, except for my chat. You guys are great, but like, people are just so quick to judge and be rude and call people out as if like one result is the determining factor for it. It's the same thing as people being like, Snowman's going to the major. I'm like, guys, it's one event. Like, pump the brakes. But people calling for heads, people trashing casters, it's like, dude, you guys are shit talking Chrome, saying that they never should have brought him in, that they're not playing that great because they go 3-2 in Swiss. They got worse because they brought in a new coach. Well, they won the whole fucking event. Like, come on, dude. Like, it just goes to show that these armchair GMs have no idea what they're talking about. And I hope for any players, pros, coaches, whatever watching, don't listen to the public because they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Like, focus on you, do what you got to do, and get that dub. So shout out to Chrome, took them all the way to victory. Snowman Cloud9 was a fun series, but Snowman really showed that their offense is lethal. Like, those guys were averaging like 15 shots a game. It was wild. You then had Space Station and OG, and Space Station really looked like they're getting into form. LJ continues to stand up tall for that team. I still will always give love to Hoxer because he doesn't get any credit he deserves. But Space Station looking pretty solid. They lost a first game in OT very closely and then went on a tear. So really, really solid performance by SG, but good to see OG proving consistency, top 8 again, and trying to fight for that major spot. And then, unfortunately for M80, this is now the 4th time they've been to the quarterfinals and the 4th time they have lost. Obviously, G2 is not the opponent you want to face, but G2 did look a little bit shaky. They seemed a bit off. But yeah, tough luck for M80. That's 0-4 in quarterfinals. It's not good enough. And I don't mean that to be mean, but it's just, you have to be making top 4s if you want to make it. From there, then, we got really good gameplay. Snowman opened up the day on Championship Sunday with 2 wins back-to-back, and then big adjustments from Gen G. You can tell the emphasis of being able to apply changes of, hey, keep the ball closer, work the field, start passing, and the pass plays from Gen G were just chef's kiss. So good with 3-man passing plays, a bunch of give and goes downfield. Like, really pretty to watch. Probably my favorite stuff in Rocket League. More than flip resets, more than crazy double touch stuff. but a clean full team passing play. I love it. So Gen G was pulling out all the stops. They looked incredible at the tail end there. G2 and Space Station bringing it all the way to 7. Only one overtime, but a bunch of 1-goal games in there as well. Space Station played a really good series. That was probably one of my favorite series of the weekend. The G2 Space Station series was really, really solid. And then we get to the grand finals where it was back and forth. 3 OTs, bunch of 1-goal games. Really, really competitive. It is Gen G that ends up winning in game 7 overtime, though, to close it out. So Gen G is the team. I talked with Chrome while we did our predictions early last week on Thursday, or late last week on Thursday, about how I think Gen G has all the tools to be successful, but maybe the coaching mentality change, in my opinion, someone that is a little bit more analytical and stuff and provides a little bit more replay analysis feedback is going to be success for Gen G and a chance to be the best team in North America. I still think it's G2. I still think G2 currently is the best team. They had a little bit of a shaky week, but I do think Gen G is going to trend to be the number 1 NA rep by the end of this split. So curious to see how that one goes. I was honestly a little bit surprised to see them win the first event, but I'm happy for them. It's Gen G's working hard. There's a lot of cool stuff. How much credit you want to give to Chrome on that, or how much you want to give to the players, that's entirely up to you. But I think overall, a really good result. So what does that mean? What does that mean for results? What does that mean for ranked? What does that mean for, the overall standings? Not a whole lot changes. Obviously, G2 has a massive difference because of the second place finish at the major. But the nice thing for everybody to keep in mind, when it comes to rankings and the way that things work, each major qualifications are individualized. So how they perform in these 3 events determines the major. None of these things matter. So again, it is a blank canvas for everybody yet again. How you perform in qual 4, 5, and 6 determines if you go to major 2. None of these previous results matter. So for a team like Snowmen that already has 12 points, that puts them with the top 4 finish. It puts them at a huge advantage over teams like Dignitas and everything else. So a lot of people playing catch up. Pretty crazy stuff. To my knowledge, if G2 continues to make top 4 appearances, they can lock in a world championship spot pretty early, but we won't know until at least qualifier 5. I'm pretty sure. It's just the major can give way too many points for catch up opportunities before they can absolutely secure it. So as of right now, pretty crazy stuff. Also, Gen G's got the nice number, so we love that. But if you guys have any additional questions, I'm going to try to splice this one down and make it a little bit shorter, just because there was a lot of stuff in the mid area of breaking down the whole like tiebreaker weirdness in round 4. But if you guys have additional questions, come by the stream, whether it be YouTube or Twitch, or hit up the socials down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace. What's up, Wendy? G2 are peeking. I'm praying on their downfall. Nice. I think NA showed some depth this weekend, but there was definitely some sloppiness too. What's up, Mark? One take, Jake over here. Yes, sir. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? But yeah, no. I think the Gen G boys, like, you guys can go back and watch the VOD. We talked about it on Thursday with Chrome as the announcement happened, saying that he was coach. But like, I've firmly believed, and you can even, let's see if I'm lying. Hold on. Let me fact check myself, even with predictions. Coming into this season, I thought that Gen G was the best team in NA. I'm gonna scroll way back and look. NA RLCS 24 rosters and tier list.
It is Lawler.
Sup y'all.
So I have Gen G as number 1
this weekend. Is it early to say they're going to take second spot from Complexity?
They might, Vulcans. Secret look good. So I had Gen G as the number 1 spot overall. I firmly believe that team on paper has everything they could ever want, both in the on-field capabilities, especially with Jack. Like, I think Jack has done a really good job of being unselfish. Like, we all know in North America that if you're not mechanical, crazy, whatever, your stock decreases because the people making the decisions are idiots and don't understand. Like, team-based mentality is so important for finding success and winning consistently. And yet everybody in NA is like, give me the guy that can triple flip reset, musty. Just stupid. Not saying Jack isn't mechanically intelligent. Not saying he can't do a bunch of things. Like, Jack obviously is very, very fucking talented at this game. But, like, him being unselfish and taking a step back so he can enable his teammates, especially when you start to see First Killer start to buy into that as well, and First starts playing less selfish and setting up his teammates and building things like that. Like, Gen G, I think, when Chronic is your least talked about player, and we all know how fucking good Chronic is, I think, yeah, it's hard not to be like, yeah, this Gen G squad is, stocks are going to continue to climb. So I'm very excited to see the progression of Gen G. I know they're building something special over there. I know those guys, and we're talking just purely on-field play, are super talented, but it's the off-field chemistry that I've talked to Chrome about that I'm super excited about. Like, I have so much respect for a lot of the players on that team. As long as they keep their mental in a good place, as long as they all show efforts, which I don't think any of them need to be forced, you know, to put in hours and try shit and, you know, be invested in their job, which for some reason is a crazy concept in Rocket League. For some reason, people just don't want to, like, I don't know, fucking try. So frustrating. But, like, they have everything they need to be successful. Like, if I'm Chrome, I'm super fucking jealous. Like, I'm so jealous of the opportunity Chrome has because he's got everything he could ever want as a coach. A team that works fucking hard, that's super talented. Like, dream scenario. Super happy for my boy. And he knows that. Chrome and I have talked about this. Like, so happy for him and the situation that he's in. And kudos to the players for giving him the chance in the first place. So, what the fuck happened to a Chronic? Went from top 4 in the world to bubble team. I mean, he went from top 4 in the world to a team that was, like, slowly disbanding and falling apart because players like Oski and stuff wanted to move on. Tao had been trying to kick him for months, to my knowledge. I've heard there's been some conversations about him behind the scenes that some of the pros kind of don't like the way he acts. Again, that's just whispers. And now he's on a team that's ranked 5th in Europe. So I don't know what you're talking about. But that's the 5th ranked team in Europe right now. And they look pretty solid in quals. Hope G2 Mental is still good after they lost in Game 7. I don't see why not. I mean, they're just not French. That's really it. Snowman and Grinders? I would assume so. They're still young and going. Then they be able to catch an Oxygen game this weekend. They went, the big thing with Oxygen is they went to 5 against Fast Forward's new roster. Reveal on a 24-hour stream. Damn. I like Reveal. Reveal's got a really good game sense. His ability to read the game is really good. My concern, though, is that he might be too passive sometimes. And against aggressive teams in EU, he's going to get beat to the ball. Yeah, a lot of talent on Snowman, without a doubt. Yo, what's up, Navi? Hey, man.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby. Hey, Gabby.
Hi, Gabby. Bye, Gabby. But yeah, chat. I think overall, I think there's a lot of potential across the board with a lot of different players, a lot of different teams. When you're talking about, like, let's talk EU. Let's figure out EU matchups for y'all. Never heard of Reveal before this roster. Assuming he's young as his teammates. He's a little bit older, not by much though. He's like what, 16, something like that. He's like 15 or 16. Yeah, he's 16. Born, all these kids born in like 2007 and shit. Ugh, hurts. Yeah, I mean, I think you're seeing some standout players in particular. In NA, obviously the Snowman roster. Wavy didn't get enough love for whatever reason. I still don't know why he didn't get any tryouts. And glad he was able to put a squad together. TTK, appreciate the follow. Mid, appreciate the follow as well. But like, you're starting to see some standouts in EU. It was like Tekos and Tempo, Stizzy. Like, there is some very talented players that I think as individuals are getting love and attention, but still haven't been given the opportunity to really showcase their efforts because of the talent they've surrounded themselves with. And it's really difficult when you're when you're viewed as the best player on the team as an individual and no longer having to be that person, I think can do a lot for a team. Like, that's why I'm excited about Oxygen. Seeing Joyo pair up with Oski and shit is like cool. Like, what's gonna happen? I don't know. Who do you think will win EU Regional 4? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. EU's got a lot to be proven still. But I also think that's just due to the competition that they have at the top. Like, by all means, I think NA is still like, you've got 2 teams at the top, bumps and bruises in between. You still got 2 teams at the top, but I think the 3 to 8 race is really exciting in NA. In EU, who your top 4 is, like, I can give you some assumed answers, but I don't think it's as clear cut as it once was, which is good. I think Oxygen's within the conversation of potentially making top 4. Sure, I don't see why you wouldn't. But yeah, if you're looking for NA players to put on your radar, Dan, consider both repeat and reveal. Both are very good. Do we know EU qual for Swiss round 1 matches? No, I'm about to do it right now, if you'd like me to. I'm going to do it literally right now. How does that sound, chat? It's very easy. Is Chronicon jobless? No, he's on Luna Galaxy with Atomic and Tox. Xperi's new coach. So, chat, we've got new rules in Split 2. Is the best roster Joe been on? Yeah, the old Queso roster is goated. That team's so good. Look at how all 3 of those players are still competing at the top level. All right. If we go to EU doubly limbs, get our teams. Carmine, Team 3, PDS, Luna Galaxy. Didn't drop a game. Mates Alpine, Jobless, good for them. Vitality, Oxygen is 8. And then our next split, Dignity Esports. Who's that? Love to take. We got some new faces over in EU. A lot of them, actually. Good luck to people pronouncing those. Ports. Roachleaf, Resolve, 100%'s back. Fast Forward did a pretty... What's the name of that team? George. Okay. Endpoint made it. Good for Endpoint. And Wild. Wow. Okay. What's up, Sam? Chronic team make top 16? Yes. In uppers. They had a pretty easy run, if we're being honest, because Bella goal through. But TST, good for them. Let us see. All right. Let me pull up the start page because then we can pull seedings as well. But chat, the new rules for RLCS are as follows. Makes it real easy to find out who's playing what matchup. In Swiss, number 1 is your RLCS points. Who has the most RLCS points going in? So it's K Corp, Mates, Vitality, BDS, Luna Galaxy, Oxygen. You then go to Jobless and Reserve, which have the same amount of points. Second tiebreaker is most recent qualifier placement. Jobless had better, so Jobless is going to take the high seed versus Resolve. So it's Jobless, then Resolve. Team 3. Then you look at Endpoint and Fast Forward, same thing. They placed the same. Same. So across the board, they're all the same. No, 4 or 5. So it's fast forward, then endpoint, I just gotta make sure all those teams are still in. You, and you. You guys are involved. Resolves in, forwards in, endpoints in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So then we go down the list. This is when it gets interesting. So now you have Wild, then 100%, then Dignity, then George, and Nord. And that should be your 16 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm missing one team. Who am I missing? I've got Dignity. I've got 100%. Got Wild. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Nope. Okay. So I just got to find out the tiebreaker between these two, which comes down to ranked MMR. That's the hard part. I don't know who has a higher ranked MMR between these two. And because they're new signups, we should actually be able to find that out. So let me find their initial seeds coming in, and that should tell us. Because that's going to be purely off of ranked MMR. We want qual 4. I want EU. Qualifier 4. Here we go. If I go to teams and I search, I should be able to find it. So we want George. Probably Breezy Hibbs. 36 seed. What was Nord? $35th seed. Wow. 1 seeding point difference. So Eugen and the boys actually get to keep it. That's crazy. It's 1 point. Am I crazy for thinking that qualification for majors should only be based on points during that split? That's what it is. Major qualifications are based on only the qualifiers from 4, 5, 6 or 1, 2, 3. That is currently what it is. And then it's straightforward. You then do your matchups 116, so on and so forth. Jade Alpine versus Nordschleife. Probably not saying that right. Team BDS versus... I can show you guys what I'm doing. I'm just doing the inverses. So BDS versus Dignity. Luna Galaxy versus 100%. Oxygen versus Wild. I'm sure they're happy with that first rounder. Jobless versus Endpoint. Resolve versus Forward. Then Team 3 versus... Oh, did I miss that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Resolve in Team 3. I missed one. This should be Jobless. What did I miss? 1, 2, 3. I missed Vitality. I skipped Vitality over BDS. That's why. Lunda. That should be your first round matchups. What's up, a deal? That should be your first rounds. Oh, Dignity was Dignitas? No. Yeah, I don't know who's on Dignity. Rico, Shazine, Flake. Yeah, I don't know. That's who you got. How dare I? What did I do? I think Vitality's going to stick together if they don't have a good rest of the season. Probably not. Like, they're the only team that kept the same roster, right? Out of every roster in the RLCS, I think they're the only ones that stayed the same, didn't they? Everybody else changed. So, you know, makes sense when they win 4 events, 5 events in a row. You know, they won all of Swiss, major included. They won RLCS Worlds. So it's like, yeah, why would we change? Zen to K Corp next season? Probably not. I think K Corp's very happy with their roster right now. As long as they're getting results, right? Which they're not playing poorly. Again, they went to 7. They were 1 game away from making grand finals. So, yeah, that's what you got. Based upon tiebreakers have been made a lot easier now that we're just going off of ranked. So, chat, let's record that for a video real quick. Yeah. Zen won't leave Vitality. I would be surprised if Vitality lets Zen walk. For business purposes, I'd be very surprised. All right. Let us do the thing. Marker EU qual for Swiss. I don't think Monkey Moon ever wants to leave BDS, man. Him and the owner are pretty good buddies. Even with the like little drama hiccup they had earlier at one point. But I don't foresee those guys changing anytime soon. But you never know. Things change. They'll appreciate the follow as well, man. All right. After ads are done, we're gonna record this real quick and do a quick vid. Pretty straightforward. Keep in mind, chat, that even though I'm doing these and I'm pretty confident in them, they're not guaranteed. These are not 100% locked in, like specifically what they are, until they officially come out from Epic. Predictions on what the next RLCS is going to be like. Personally, I would like the old format with higher prize pools. I'm sure they'll do an assessment at the end of the year, try to make adjustments. Hopefully they bring in more teams, and you just never know. Can't predict the future. I mean, we can try. All right, let's run a chat. Crush through this. Hey, how's it going, YouTube? got some fun and exciting news for y'all today as RLCS EU Qual 4 has gotten underway. We have our top 16 teams, and we're going to break down, one, how those results happened in the double elimination, as well as discussing who's playing who in the first round of Swiss. Now, I will, right out of the gate, let you guys know this is not officially confirmed, and by the time this video releases, they may have been confirmed. But this is us on my channel on Twitch if you guys want to come over, breaking down the results, how they came to be, and what should be the first round of Swiss. So with that said, let's jump straight into the bracket and kind of talk to you guys about the results. Pretty straightforward, I would say, across the board. You had the favorites for the most part making it through with a couple upsets here and there. K-Corp, obviously, BDS, Vitality, Mates Alpine, all the big names obviously making their way through. Team 3 with their roster change. If you guys haven't watched my roster change video, make sure you go check that out. But Team 3 making it through over Resolve. Resolve obviously rebuilding with Cash and Ivan. So crazy to see Team 3. I forget who they replaced. Did they bring in Toxic? I forget what it was. Even I don't remember all the roster changes. Go check out the video. Either way, Team 3 making it through. Happy for them. That's the Mark by 8 Catalysm team. Luna Galaxy, if you guys don't know, is Magnifico, who is your 5th seed overall. They have brought in a Chronic and now Expere as coach. Teraz, I think, was their old coach, is now manager for the team, but getting picked up. Magnifico now has organization representation. Stizzy went over to Dignitas. They did not make top 16. Luna Galaxy still showing a quick 3-0. We would assume they would have played Belagol as the high seed. That's the speed hider, etc. Noasaki for Team 3. Thank you, Curry. Good clarification. But Belagol actually dropping, so I don't know who's on TST, but either way, Luna Galaxy ends up beating them. Mates over Wild, no surprise there. Jobless, which is the former Moist team, now did end up finding their win over Endpoint now that Endpoint no longer has smokes. Pretty crazy stuff there. Vitality makes it through, and then a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, actually. The Fast Forward team takes the new Oxygen roster. If you guys don't know, Joyo leaving Moist, which was the now Jobless team, and is going over to Oxygen in place of Ixo. So good to see Oxygen still, but Fast Forward putting up a good fight. You then had Dignity, who is a new team coming in and beaten. I would say new team, but they just have a new name. They were able to get a point. They did make top 32 once a ways back. You got Tap Cougars actually dropping to Nordschleife. I'm butchering how do you say that, but you guys should know like Eugen and those. We'll talk more about them in a bit when we talk about seeding. Resolve does bounce back 100% over Novo, which is the team that I think we saw. Was it Rukia, the Swedish kid that made top 16 for the first time since like we haven't had Turbo in the space. Fast Forward does go 3-0 after their close result against Oxygen. George ends up making it. You then have Endpoint making it, even though no longer with smokes. And then Wild over Solary. Solary actually put up a pretty good fight. If you guys don't know, they've basically rebuilt the retirement home. Shazette, K-Dop, and Astral. So very close. Would have been cool to see those guys top 16, but Wild actually punching through. So that does give us our top 16 teams as follows, and we'll show the rosters, make it easy. So as someone clarified, it's Noasaki, who's now for Team 3. Luna Galaxy, like I mentioned, with a Chronic and Expere. Joyo coming over. Jobless now has Ixo instead. Basically a clean swap with him and Joyo. What else is new? The Dignity roster that I am not familiar with coming in. Some new faces there. The Nordschleife, whatever. Eugen, obviously French, so of course they got to make it with Gom, who we've known for a while as well, and Pisky. Gridserve with the respawn. We've also got Lewis P and everybody else from 100%. I'm pretty sure it was Seamus who went over to where did Seamus go? They didn't qualify. Seamus went to Top Cougars. He used to be on, I'm pretty sure, on Fast Forward. So tough run for there, but Smokes, after getting the boot from Endpoint, does. It's pretty cool stuff. Toxic coming in. He ended up leaving Top Cougars. And then Wild ended up making it. If Emil didn't play and they used Coach Billy, crazy stuff as well. But yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Tempo. I think Tempo's really, really good. So cool to see those guys get picked up. Either way, that's what we've got for the teams. But how do the matchups actually work out? How does the math all play out? They've actually simplified this. If you guys haven't seen me do this for NA, we're going to do it for EU really quick. These are the rules. In the past, it used to be based upon your seeding. However you performed, where you performed in the bracket, you took over that seed, and that's how things were determined. Then they would have one play 15, so there wasn't rematch. None of that stuff happens anymore. Straightforward. We take the ranks. We take the rankings, and that's it. Which kind of gives us the answers for a majority of these teams. The European rankings are actually pretty clear-cut on who's at the top. So these are the ranks in order. K-Corp, Mates, Vitality, BDS, all the way down until we get to Jobless and Resolve, where there is a tie. So because there is a tie on RLCS points, we can then go to the next one. The most recent open qual final placement. That awarded points. So we look at Jobless. They had 9 points in the most recent. Resolve had 6. So Jobless gets the high seed over Resolve. We then go down. Okay. Team 3. Endpoint and Fast Forward. Okay. Endpoint and Fast Forward. Same situation where they have tied points. So most recent, they're tied at 4 apiece. So then we go to the next one. Highest placement that awarded RLCS points or prizes reached across any open qualifier this event. So we go back to the most recent, 5 and 6. So the 6 point gives them the advantage. Or did I do that wrong? I did the most recent. Let me read this again. Highest placement that awarded RLCS points or prizes reached across any open qualifier in this event for each starter. What does it mean by this event? If that's the case, I think you swap these two. I think actually team 3 is fine, but then I think you swap these. I think Endpoint actually gets the higher seed. I could be wrong on this, but I think Endpoint gets the higher seed because of the overall point results. So if that's the case, that means that because of the higher overall placement here in Qual 1, they get the advantage in the tiebreaker because they have the best overall performance. We then drop down on the rest. There's no tiebreakers until we get to the very bottom between the team name I can't pronounce and George. They are tied at 4 apiece. They also don't have any previous results. So then we go to the Great Equalizer, which is their ranked MMR. I know this one is correct because we ended up looking it up. If you pull up the Start GG page, because they don't have any previous results, what ends up happening is you are going by just their initial ranked MMR. They have the overall 35 seed using ranked MMR, and George has the 36 seed. So they are literally ahead by 1 placement, and they get the nod. So Eugen and the boys end up getting the overall, which then brings us to these results. The only thing I have to make sure I do is swap Endpoint and Forward. So Endpoint is here, and Forward is here. So that is what we have for what is our assumed first round matchups. A-Corp versus George. I don't think that's how you say that, but that's what I'm going with. You've got Gentlemates Alpine going up against Nordschleife. Also not how you pronounce that. Vitality versus Dignity. BDS versus 100%. Luna Galaxy versus Wild. Oxygen versus Fast Forward. Jobless versus Endpoint. And Resolve against Team 3. Now, I could be wrong on these. So don't take them as fact. The only one that I'm kind of like on is these two with Forward and Endpoint. But that's where we're at. That's what we have. That's what our first round matchups should be. If you guys do have any additional questions, comments, concerns, as always, let me know down below or stop by the stream. I'm happy to answer any questions. I would assume sometime Wednesday, maybe Wednesday, is when they will announce the official matches for the RLCS. I will try to pin those as the top comment when those come out like I did last time. But if you do have questions in the meantime, happy to break things down. Come over to the stream, drop comments on the YouTube. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, notifications. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Done. Does Jobless keep their 9 points because 2/3 players are from the Moist results? Yeah. So what ended up happening, it's the same thing for Luna Galaxy. Luna Galaxy, assumes the spot because of the players. Same thing with the former Redemption team. So Redemption is where Grid Serve Resolve. Resolve basically has acquired 2/3 of the Redemption team. So rather than starting where Resolve was, they just get the points of redemption, which is what, tied for 7th. Seeding last season was so much easier to understand. It actually wasn't. It's almost identical to what it is now. And also you had 3 extra steps. It was a pain in the ass. Was AFK for a second. How exactly did you figure out the matchups? The rules. I looked at the RLCS rulebook and then did the math. There's 4 tiebreakers that they go by. And the first one makes it really easy. It's just overall RLCS points. But that only applies to Swiss. Top 16 is the only time it applies. And that's to make sure that the top teams are rewarded. So teams like Gen G, G2, and stuff get to play the easiest matchups round 1. When will you do predictions? Probably Wednesday, maybe? Maybe we'll do those Wednesday before the sponsor stream. Because they should take roughly about the same time. KC built the machine that was built to destroy every team in the world, and Mates is the leftovers of EU, and they still beat KC. On LAN in a semi-final of a major, and it went to game 7. What? Are you trying to tell me that Juicy, Seiko, and Itachi aren't good players? Hello? One's a former world champ. One was a major contender that kind of got overshadowed by Joyo, but still very, very talented. And Itachi was on a world-class team. If anything, it just proves how good people are from that region. They're the rejects of EU? No, they're not. They actively wanted to go make a different team. To my knowledge, those boys have been wanting to play together for a while. But by no means are they rejects or leftovers. I disagree with that. To me, leftover goes with the OG team leftovers, where like players were literally kicked days, if not hours, before they had to sign up for RLCS. I can tell you for a fact that Seiko Itachi team has been built and put together like almost instantaneously into the offseason. Some guy made a vid calling them leftovers. Who's some guy? Good, Sparasic. How you doing? The fact that you can't even answer who the guy is, to me, proves that it's probably not the best source for information. But, like, the Gentlemates roster has been shopping. The Gentlemates roster was shopping for orgs for a long time. Always determined, always wondered how they decide what matchups on stream. Some of it's narrative storyline, some of it's weight and impact. Like, it's kind of like strength of schedule type mentality of like, hey, this match is gonna probably be the most close. This one has the most implications. This one has the most weight. Like, if we go to round 5 and you're looking between 2 teams that both made the major playing each other, one gets eliminated, one moves on. Yeah, we're watching Gen G, LG. Why wouldn't we? So, a little bit of favoritism in those, but it makes sense. Expectations for Gentlemates now? I mean, it depends. Expectations are always going to be put on by different people, and what my expectations are versus what the team's expectations are going to differ. To me, at the end of the day, making the major is a requirement. You know, we all know how competitive it is. We know that, like, let's not beat around the bush, chat. If you look at the major results, okay, let's say what it is. Mates Gen G goes to 7. 1 game difference, and all of a sudden Mates doesn't make the finals. Gen G goes on to play. K Corp Falcons. 1 game difference. What happens if Falcons wins that? Does Falcons go on? Do they go to the grand final? G2 Vitality. Another game 7. What happens if Zen finds a way to bully through G2 again and Vitality goes to the grand final? Gentlemates K Corp. Another game 7. 1 goal game in every game of that series. 2-1, 3-2, 2-1, 2-1, 0-1, 2-1 OT, 2-1. All 1 goal games. It could have went either way. So to have expectations, I think, is a difficult thing when I say, hey, We're just trying to make it to the major because we know when we get top 8 and when we get to the major, shit's a coin flip, dude. It's who performs best on the day, who best prepares, who has the best mentalities going in, who is the most motivated. Like, it comes down, and this is something I've been preaching for years, and anybody who talks to me regularly can back me on this. The things that are causing teams to win, outside of obviously having talented players, the skill ceiling right now in Rocket League has not, like, it's not ascended like it was. It's plateaued pretty hard. It's still climbing, but it is consistency, it is formation, it is structure, it is support, it is staff, it is the outside factors that set you up for success. Good mental, making sure you have a solid routine, making sure that you set up and do things the right way. Like, providing good structure is the difference maker for teams winning it all right now. Players are good. We know that. You can take any of these teams going to the major. They're good. We know it. But how they approach the game, how they take care of their, like, that shit is the most important. It's going to be the difference maker between consistent results. And I hope some of these people lean into that shit. There's a lot of people out there hungry to make a difference. Are RLCS letting Lemon and Hurt cast every single match on the mainstream despite all the complaints that they're terrible casters? I'm going to put it out there. People can complain all they want about casters, but most people don't know shit about what it's like to cast or what goes into being a good cast or not. Also, the production team may have a focus on what they're trying to approach. Maybe they're trying to provide, like, different perspectives. Maybe they're trying to provide different voices, different... Like, they're trying to hit certain quotas of certain things. Like, it doesn't, like, I'm gonna say this very bluntly. Twitch chat and Reddit have zero impact on the decisions made at the high level. They just don't. And I mean this as nice as possible. You guys don't know fuck all about what goes into casting, what it's like to be a caster, what things are taken into account. Like, I haven't taken a step away, Dan. I was let go in 2019 from the RLCS. I promise you, they don't think at all. Like, they spend zero time thinking about what the community thinks about. They're not doing it to be malicious. They're not doing it because we're going to get back at the community for being toxic. Like, stupid. They don't know you, little bro, is basically the mentality. Nah, you're good, Dan. You're good. Yeah, they just basically didn't. What we found out is when it came time to contract negotiations, they just didn't send a contract. They're just like, this is how we're going to tell you. It's like, cool. They did it to Axeltoss. They did it to me. They did it to Gregan. They've done it many times. I feel like everyone overacts like they're new, let them cook. Yeah. Now, I go both ways on that, Lunar. Like, at the end of the day, you have a polished product that's been around for how many seasons? Like, we're talking 7 years, 8 years. Should you just throw someone into the wolves? Probably not. But when you don't have systems in place to let them grow and develop like we used to between rival series, CRL, so on and so forth, it's difficult to bring in new talent. There's also a lot of opinions about certain things that are just, in my opinion, as someone who does cast and has casted professionally for 10 years, that are just so unbelievably wrong. It's crazy. And it just goes to show that the community has no fucking clue what they're talking about. But am I going to sit here and criticize people I consider close friends? People that I consider very close colleagues that I love and adore? Fuck no. Do I think I'm qualified to do so? Yeah, but is it stupid to... Why? My best advice for you all, support the ones you like, and the ones you don't like, don't say shit. Because it doesn't matter. Positive note with casters, I'm happy Jorby's back. Me too. Love Jorby. Glad he's getting an opportunity, man. It's the same thing I said at the beginning of the video or at the end of the last video. People trashing on Chrome because Genji didn't go perfect in fucking Swiss. They immediately want to blame him. It's like, they won the event. Any predictions for Qual 5? God, no. I have no idea, man. I expect G2 and Genji in the finals as always, but I think it's pretty tough to have a decisive answer for what's going to happen in quarterfinals and moving forward. There's just so much parity. Teams are competitive, man. It really comes down to who's performing on the day, which, again, that's why like the Grand Slam is so celebrated in Counter-Strike. It's so difficult. You think Dig will bounce back? I'm very interested to see on how tryouts are going with Gyro instead of Evo. Space Station looks really competitive. They do. Space Station looks good, man. Swiss is Swiss. You can have a bad day, but as long as you make it through, there's nothing really to say. Yeah. Yeah. So Saturday's a new day. New team, new best of sevens instead of BO5s. Yeah. Time to prep for your match. Yeah. Sure, the comment sections of the YouTube RLCS live streams on YouTube. There's comments pointing out what's wrong with Herc and Lemon accurately. You do know casting's subjective, right? So like for people to say that they're pointing out issues accurately, they can have examples that these things are things I do or don't like about them. But like, that's just their opinion. At the end of the day, you guys got to realize, like, in this industry, none of your opinions matter in the grand scheme of things. And I don't mean that to be rude, but it's like, whoever their bosses and their colleagues are, those opinions matter. Everybody else, like the people who make the decision. Sunscape, I would like to provide perspective on the comment you just made, but it's not my place. Chat, you guys gotta understand it's very difficult for me to provide feedback and like opinions on, like, these people are my friends. Like they're very, like, some of those guys I consider family. At the end of the day, it's subjective. You guys are entitled to your opinions. You can like what you don't like, so on and so forth. But like, for me to do it as someone who worked alongside them for 6-7 years, it is very odd for me to critique or to judge or to like, it's stupid for me to do it. And like, quite honestly, like, I'm just going to unapologetically support their success. That's what I'm going to do. Imagine you got trashed every day for your job. I did. Still do. Welcome to being a public figure. Lewis, appreciate the follow. C-Steam. There's a lot of S's in that. Appreciate the follow, man. Literally, I booted up my stream today and someone said, you fucking suck. That's like one of the first messages I got this morning. Thanks. I hope I got ad revenue out of you. Like, I don't... True. I mean, I've seen me play Rocket League. It's not good. You better believe it, Dan. It is not something that, like, I'm gonna tell you guys a story that I think really puts it into perspective. One time I put out a poll and autocorrect changed Carmine to Karine. Okay? That's all I did. All I did was put out a poll saying, who do you guys like think is this, that, and the other? And autocorrect, no ill intention, autocorrected, and I got death threats over it. Like, people proactively reaching out and saying, I hope you this, I'm gonna do this to your family, I'm gonna, like, some really unhinged shit. A buddy of mine came into town and he and I were sitting and talking. He's also a caster and a public figure. He and I are talking at the table, and my ex-girlfriend at the time, my current girlfriend at the time, ex-girlfriend, was sitting at the table and he and I were just talking openly about some of the stuff that we consider. And he's like, oh yeah, I don't post pictures with my significant other either, because if this is what they're going to do and attack me, I can't imagine what they're going to do to my personal relationships. Like, I'm not going to post anything with her because I don't want her to receive this. And for her, who's not involved in entertainment or doesn't understand any of that shit, is like, holy fuck. Like, I thought it's just because you were trying to, like, you know, hide me or whatever. And I'm just like, no, I'm trying to protect you. Like, you don't realize how unhinged people are that are anonymous on the internet. Like, it's... And no one's there to hold them accountable. Samu, whatever your name is. Who are you talking to? Like, who are you trying to... Like, like, you came into a chat and you're doing this, my guy. There is a Zen fanboy, but you're still this guy right now. You're talking to a wall. I promise you, Vatira and Zen don't need you guys to defend them. They're putting it on the line in gameplay. You'll have them answer that question when they compete against each other in Qual 4 this weekend. Like, dude, you're defending no one. Like, by all means, they don't need people coming to their defense. Like, they will fight. They will battle in the game. It'll be okay. But like, he doesn't need his like, he's not Jesus Christ, and he doesn't need his like disciples going to battle for him and spreading the word of Vatira Christ. You know, like, we're good guys. We're good. It's okay. Again, I by all means, man, I'm not trying to do you dirty, but like, love and support your players, man. If you got a favorite player and you like their personality, you like the way they play, fuck yeah, support it. Buy their jersey, root for them. When they do something cool, pop off, like their shit, hell yeah. But like, kind of weird to go into and be like, hey, this guy likes this guy more than this other guy, I'm gonna defend him. Like, kind of weird. Maybe that's just my perspective on it, but like, kind of odd. But like, you're calling him out for being a Zen fanboy, but you're being a Vatira fanboy. So like, you don't realize you guys are one and the same, just for different players. You're doing same, but for other... I don't get it. Anyway. Yeah, you guys are both Spider-Man pointed at each other, but you've got a different... Like, one of you is Tobey Maguire, the other one is Tom Holland. You know, like... Same but different, you know? Anyway. Not Flamesy. Appreciate the follow, man. Also, Lewis, appreciate the follow too. Would be very interested to know what's your take on BDS and KC right now. Both underperforming at the major IMO. I think BDS, as you guys have heard me talk a lot, Berton, on this channel. BDS, I think, is going to continue to get better and better. I think Drawley performed admirably for his first ever event. I think Drawley is very good and answered a lot of questions about that, and they're going to continue to improve and get better. Doesn't Monkey Moon have a cast or something right now? Yeah, he got in a car accident because he was falling asleep at the wheel. I'm glad to hear he's okay. Wish he was more responsibility in that. You know, never hurts to just pull off the side and take a quick power nap or be safe. But ultimately, I'm happy no one got hurt and that he's okay. But if we're talking purely results-wise and stuff, like, I think BDS is only going to get better as they improve, as they get more reps. Jolly played really, really well. My concerns are the emotional side of things. Always have been. When we've joked about it, and again, no disrespect towards Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon is still one of the greatest players in the world. He's so good. But like, when he does that thing where he leaves out he has an exasperated side, then he hunches down and his his posture changes, you know that his mental is gone. And like they almost never come back from it because it's happened so many times. Which is why I really liked Rise with Monkey Moon, because he kept him level-headed. And that's again just me assessing what I see from body language. I could be totally wrong on that, but I've also seen him do that, and then all of a sudden he doesn't trust his teammates. He doesn't challenge as aggressively because he doesn't trust them on defense. He, you know, so there's things like that. As for KC, again, 1 game away from grand finals. You gotta understand that KC has a playstyle that is very dependent on the other player doing something perfectly. And if it doesn't go through, then things fall apart. If text-to-speech doesn't work, let me know. But it should. I thought I have it set up to work. What's up, Gushu? Any man? Believer in the snowmen? I think snowmen are good. It's gonna take some time, but I think people are also getting a little bit too ahead of themselves. Demand, I don't know why text speech isn't working. Let me refund you. I'll try to figure out why it's not working. Off stream. Yeah, no problem, man. What's up, Trey? Snowman the next queso. Dude, I would love to see Snowman get picked up by like Team Liquid or some shit. Be hype. But yeah, who that? I don't know what the heck that is. Gotta go. Sounds good, man. Thanks for hanging. Oh, chat. What do we do? Let's see. We're 2 hours into the stream. Let's see. It's 3:17. We're making good time for once. Yeah, have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging. They're gonna bring trading back? No. Nor should they. I'm unfortunately, Josh, on the other side of the trading thing. Like, from a business standpoint, trading was never a good thing. In the grand scheme of things, like, it is not good for the business of keeping things alive, especially when you can't do like real money trading. Having their own like their own currency system and stuff, and like there's a lot of things that they need to really fix. Like it unfortunately doesn't make sense to have a in-game like credits currency that when you could instead do hold on, chat, someone broke. Give me 1 sec. Shit's broken. So the difficulty is when you have like an in-game currency like that, when you don't have like a means to like you've basically limited it. Like you're telling me I can't, use real money for it. So the currency has to only work, which enables third-party traders, this and that. So that money is now going outsourced and away from, there's so many things that they could be doing that would benefit them to incentivize people to play with a free-to-play system, but they try to follow like similar models to like Counter-Strike, but then with the E for everyone, they don't do crates and keys system because they don't want to get copyright or lawsuit bullshit. So like they're E for everyone, but they don't want a gambling system, so they implement blueprints and everything else, but then they don't have like a currency in free to play that allows you to earn a currency to unlock blueprints for fees. So there's no incentive to grind outside of like, hey, get a rank, I guess. It's the highest rank I've ever been. I've been top 100. But that's also a different time from Rocket League. A long time ago, chat, I was considered like good at this game. Kind of weird, but it's been a long time since that day. Like when this game first came out, I used to surround myself with like the people that I was playing against were like Krenovi, Fireburner, so on and so forth. Espeon, like those were the guys that were in my lobbies. Or I was in their lobbies, if you want to, have a different main car, or was it always Octane? I tried a couple different things, but yeah, primarily Octane. Very true, Barside. Want to run some threes with me and the homie? I usually don't play with people that I don't know. Otherwise, I've got to play with everybody. So, nothing personal, Sunscape. Appreciate the offer, though, man. I also haven't played in like 2 weeks, so oof. I didn't get a visual bug of saying that I hit that flip reset. Kind of weird. What's most enjoyable, E or NA? Honestly, South America and MENA have been really fun to watch. I'm probably more invested in NA, but I like EU gameplay more. What about a cheater problem? Psyonix is probably working on it, but they're waiting to do a massive ban wave, which will give the people less time to react on how to get around it. I assume you're talking about the invisible shit that's going on. Yeah, I mean, someone on Baka's mod already made a fix for it, which is cool. There's like a plugin that they've already worked on. But I'm sure Epic / Psyonix are keeping track and trying to work on a patch they can implement that will completely take care of it. Vlokins, usually shorts and like TikTok trends on mobile platforms are better. Most mobile viewership for YouTube. So we're experimenting for a couple weeks and then we'll swap over to horizontal and test that for a few weeks too. We're just experimenting on them both. We'll see what does better. But right now I'm just collecting on how well it like translates. Done with the great. Appreciate the sub, man. Thank you. But for a lot of people, you know, having a vertical is really good for like clips and stuff like that too. So still experimenting though, man. Trying to see what we can do with our content, push boundaries, all that kind of stuff. And we've like seen growth over the past few weeks because of it, but we're just trying things out, you know. But yeah, Josh, to answer your question, man, there's a couple things that they could do to really benefit the economy in Rocket League. The blueprint system in and of itself wasn't a bad idea. It's just when you look at all these other free-to-play games, they have a currency that you can earn, although not much, but like whether it be Apex, whether it be, you know, League of Legends, whatever, you know, those games, while you can spend a lot of in-game real money, by just playing the game, you earn a currency that allows you to then open their items, even the legendary stuff, for free if you play long enough. You know, the little capsules we get from challenges in Rocket League should also come with some sort of currency that allows us to open or craft blueprints. But the fact that everything is monetized and only monetized is the problem for a live service free-to-play model. It's very problematic and something they should 1000% fix. Like, if they got rid of trading and did that instead, oh, people would have been fucking hype. Again, I think blueprints again allows you to target, you know, you can spend your money only on the item that you want to unlock, which is fine. But like, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm no game dev. I know that. I don't know exactly what goes into a lot of these decisions. I can only view them from my perspective as someone who plays actively and all that kind of stuff. But like some of the decisions, I just go, why? What are we doing here, guys? So we'll see what happens. Apparently we got back to champ 3 after playing 1700 matches with Rukia and shit. When did that happen? That's part of the community. It really wasn't though, believe it or not. People think trading was this huge portion of the community, but it was like well less than like 25%. Like, you're really going to prioritize something that a fourth of the community uses? By all means, it's not a small portion, but like, again, if you guys want Rocket League to stick around, which it's been coming up on 10 years, if you want Rocket League as a live service game to stick around, they've got to find ways to turn profit. And that starts with the item shop, collaborations and stuff. Like, the fact that they're collabing with like X-Men and shit on stuff, and like we're seeing consistent things of that regard. Like, there's certain things that they've been able to do because of the changes that we're seeing. So, I mean, Unreal Engine 5 is, I think, a ways out. But they are building assets with Rocket Racing that are, you know, Rocket League IP. So they're as long as they get the physics engine figured out, then in the future maybe, but it's gonna be a while. It's going to be a while. I'm so glad that worked. He's still up. I'm gonna wait for him to hit it. Yikes. On me, kind of. Probably should have hit that. Would have been good. So poor guy's playing. Rip. Sorry, I'm used to playing with Jake. Jake in mid, he usually goes to the back for some reason. Oh, he hit it. There's nobody there. The fuck? His beat. Top left. Yes, sir. That should be insane later to recreate the physics one I didn't mention. Yes, it's... I can... My opinion on it, Jake, is I don't think we will ever get Rocket League and UE5 to feel just like we do in Rocket League, in UE3. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think people are going to have to get used to the idea of it being similar to Start BC to Rocket League, where there's some familiarity and a general understanding of how the game should be played. But I think people are going to have to get used to the idea that this is a new game and a new experience. That's... Okay. Bang. Nothing like getting boost starved in the corner by my own teammate. Too far. Oh, there's nobody over there. Fuck. RL2, to an extent. And for a game that's been around for this long, I don't necessarily blame... I should have went for a double. Oh, if you would have faked that, I would have had a goal. first touch. Jesus Christ, you guys. So I think that Rocket League monthly active users number 6, PlayStation 7 and Xbox 2023. I can tell you guys right now, the concurrent player base is roughly... That was a leggy hit. Nice save, dude. Rocket League has, on average, roughly about 500,000 players a day. That's over my head. Nice shot. Last core game change, like a week or two ago. The boost display thing. That never hit ceiling. I'm sad about it. Go, buddy, go. Push it at the net. He missed. Thanks. There you go. We threw that game. All good. I had some pretty big whiffs. I'll take blame. For an auto garage, there's currently 330,000 players online. That's like 4th on Steam charts. It's pretty good. Thanks. Go mid. Go. Okay. No, you gotta turn on it, my dude. Yo, Jake, thanks for becoming a member, man. It was a great pass, but he backed off. Gotta check to the ball. Like, go get it. You're supposed to go... Okay. Oh, that boost just came out. Feels bad. What is our team doing? This rank is trash. Player base has gotten so good. I disagree. Example 1 through 100. My rank games. What the fuck? What rank is this? Dog shit 5. Oh my god, we missed? Get me out of here. Oh, I didn't hit ceiling. Fuck. But he hits that. I don't understand. I don't get it. How do you feel about Esports World Cup prize pool for RL being cut? I don't think it has to do with that. We don't know specifically what the reasoning is for the prize pool reduction, but going 2 million to 250k, like, I've heard from different sources. Like, I've heard from 2 different places that some of it is due to the production change and them being a little bit upset about it. And it's about sending a message. I've also heard that it's, you know, due to not wanting to be bigger than their majors. You know, like, a shot. So, what it is specifically, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. In a world where your team challenges off the backboard and hits the ball. That was a good pass. Nice. I should just put it on target. Shoot it, please. Oh my god, we did it. What's up, we've need a minute. Yeah, he's got alpha wheels. Hopefully he didn't pay for them. Figured they wouldn't be allowed to host it. It was more than Rocket League's main event. I mean, still, even if it was less than Rocket League's main event, it's how much less it is in comparison to previous years. Like before, it was within 100K. Now it's so minimal in comparison. I have no boost. You don't want that. Oh, we're winning. And we're back, baby. All tied up. I don't know how. But we're back. Double murder. Nice 50. Nice flick. Oh, I didn't get a nose on it. Sad. Boost. Bang. See me? Oh, shit. Bill pulse. Oh, you could have held on to that and flicked it. You had a one-on-one for free. Mine. That's getting cleared. Straight up. Should be a shot. I think my teammate went too. All right. Well, chance to win it. A game that was essentially over. We were down by 3 at one point. Big clear. That's the sidewall. How much boost are they going to expend on this? What a weird touch there. What a weird fucking play. I'm dead. Off target. Almost. Ah. Woo. Oh, why'd he go so late? He had it too. That's so dangerous. No, don't put it back that way. That's so dangerous. Oh, fuck. No. No, it's in. That's a goal. What? Okay, we'll take it. Hell yeah. Go get him. Bounce, please. I wanted that to be so much lower. I'm gonna get beat, but we gotta force it high. Nice. It's open. We win. Oof. The benefits of not giving a shit about ranked anymore. Zero pressure all the time. Yo, GG Pulsar. Yeah, I'm very interested to wonder, like, I don't think we're ever going to find out the specifics for, like, why the prize pool reduced. But what rank are you? G, C, and 2s, but I usually play 1,700 games in 3s. How's it going, bud? We've been playing with the semi-pro in his lobbies, so our MMR hasn't gone up or down at all. It just stays the same. Because we're playing another like 400 MMR above where we actually are. Which has been fun. You learn a lot more. Games are a lot more enjoyable too. That was not supposed to go that far. I have Jake, and I do play variety quite a bit. But the issue with YouTube algorithm is it doesn't like it when you change up your audience. It won't push it, unfortunately. So I'd have to make a completely new channel. Damn it. That makes me nervous. Nice chip. You would hit it one more time, that would have been sick. It's not going to go anywhere. Why did we just watch that? Hello? Yeah, I play, usually, Jake, the tail end of my stream, I usually play a different game, but I didn't feel like, putting up a different game today. Usually it would be like Path of Exile or something, but I was too busy looking at the ball. I didn't even see that guy come chow. Big shot. You guys got that fucking kitty engine noise. Let's come bully my way through. Nice demo. That was clean. RL ever get born to you? Oh yeah, all the time. Constantly. I mean, it's been, what, 10 years? Right? It's been 10 years of this game. So... Nice save. Wow. I don't know, like playing with people, like friends and stuff, and then like playing in the high level lobbies, I think is a bit more. Wow, he actually own gold it. 9k hours, Jesus. Yeah, I don't know how many hours I actually have. I mean, a lot of my hours are spent in spectator, you know, free play type stuff. So it's tough to really know how many hours I've actually put in. A lot of the hours it shows in game are actually like spectate, you know, replay analysis. So it's kind of tough to be like, oh, how many hours do you have? Because if I go look at my profile, I have no idea. Shit. You gotta go. Nice. I will deny it. Oh god, that's not downfield, bro. Downfield. Chad, if you want to rank up, hit the ball downfield. Not on our half of the field. Downfield. Towards their net, preferably. Or at all. Hitting the ball at all would be cool. See, look at that. Downfield, on target, provides opportunities like goals. See that? Very simple stuff. That's how we hit the ball downfield. Not at our sidewall. Just play every day like 6 years and now it's for a touch. I mean, there's just so many good games out too, man. Like, by all means, Rocket League's fun. Sure. Like, as a core, it's a great game. But there's so many good games that you can be playing right now. What's up, Juan? Any man? Don't chase that dude. Wait for them to miss. Dang. Nice read. We are just flopping about, and it's kind of working, actually. Take clear to me. Throw possession. Oh. Eh. Oh, fuck. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh shit, we deranked? When did that happen? Whoops. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't hug wall. Jesus. Mystery. Alright. Let's try to end on a W. And I gotta go edit those 2 videos, chat. Where's Worlds? Fort Worth, Texas. The plum guys on the other team. What are we doing, guys? All right. I'm used to like having teammates that are like, yeah, I'll go. So he doesn't go on that one. He then rotates out. So the other guy's like, what do I do? He just puts a body up. I gotta be the one who asserts dominance on this team. Is it confirmed to be in Dickies? Yeah. Nice touch. I should just went backboard. I'd recommend it, Josh. Should be fun, man. French cross beat anyone but a French team winning. At this rate, man, French domination is kind of the play. I didn't hit it. Nice save, dude. I'm gonna go back net. Get off me. Rip. Ranked up twice and starting a French accent. Nice. Doc, how you been, man? What? Get out of my way. Revs, move. I missed with that notification. Ernie, appreciate the sub. Oh my god. Oops. Who do I think will win it all? Well, I think we'll win Worlds. That's such a tough question, man. We saw how close it was. Like, top 8 was so close. Can't end on a loss? Yeah, we won the last game. Oh, I tried to do something cheeky, but now... I feel like players in these ranks don't know how to handle, like, 1, quick outlet passes where it's just like you try to find each other, or 2, how to avoid like bumps demos, like at all. I got bumped. I think it's been very humble to this point. You say that, but like not much has changed over the years, man. Progress was starting to happen, and then it regressed again really hard. It sucks. Like there was finally some things that were happening that were really good for like for like the benefit of like coaches progression and like staffing, and like there's some really good things happening, and then it all fell apart, dude. It sucks. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Another shot. What are you doing, guy? This Osario guy ain't it. That was rough. Got my passport for my trip to Greece in August. Fuck yeah, dude. We might be going to Croatia. Initial, appreciate the follow, man. Alright, we'll do one more. That was painful. You should be a coach for a team for real, but I don't know why they won't bring you in. What? I don't know, Ben. I would hope next year. Next year would be cool. I would like to see like Canada, Brazil, or Canada, South America, stuff like that. But I think South America should get a LAN. I think it'd be sick. Something like Sao Paulo would be dope. What's up, French Right? 80 man. What is top 16 in the EU? Sound like Wikipedia, man. Exclamation point bracket, and then at the tabs at the top, just pick Europe instead of NA. Just came to this Florida place. Oh no. Florida, gross. How was Croatia just down the road, man? What? Oh, it's on EU quals? A couple upsets. A couple new teams, which is cool. This song's a banger. That's a booming clear. We pre-jump those. Nice patience from this guy. Yeah. Free jumping like a monster. Go. Florida crazy. Turns out it's more than just one guy. Turns out it's just all of Florida is on a different breed of human, and not like a good breed, but like I mean like a science project type Frankenstein shit. Boop. Nobody's there. God damn it. You calls are good though, man. Oh, I fucked that up. You got a Gabe? Yeah, good break check. Love it, Gabe. Use that space, buddy. Turn back on it, I believe. God. It is such a contrast from like one team to another. Gabe? Gamer Gabe Newell, is that him? Owner of Steam? Oh, he's gonna get beat. That was a bad touch. Nice. Send it, boys. I missed. Fuck. I mean, great pass. Serbia at the moment? Oh, that's dope. I've never been to Serbia. I've heard good things, though. Heard bad things, too. They are not happy. I tried to pinch it. Didn't work. Oh. Don't let him shoot. No, well. All right, we go back net. Downfield. Right idea on the play. Second touch was smart. That's going to go up. He will go over. Yeah, you see me, Gabe. Bang. If I boost, I would do something cool. Oh, he bullied me out of it. Uh-oh. To me. Nice clear. One more. I should read this, but I believe. My man, let's go, Gabe. Nice one. See what I mean, though, chat? Same rank, but, like, you look at the difference of teammate you get, and it's like, you know, like, what are we doing here? That doesn't prove that there's, like, disparity and issues within the rank system. I don't know what does, man. Gabe's also doing placements. Anyway. Chat. I'm gonna go edit some videos and get some shit ready for tomorrow. Everybody came over. Appreciate all the subs and resubs and all the support. It is always appreciative. If you guys missed any of the stuff we talked about today, whether it be about first round matchups for EU or recaps and stuff, recap for NA will be out tomorrow for sure. And then we'll have EU stuff the next couple days after that, I'm thinking. Unless anything crazy happens, we got to switch up the order. But pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. Appreciate all the new follows, subs, resubs, all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm out of here. Thanks for coming and hanging. As always, hit up the socials. If you're on YouTube, they're down below, otherwise on screen in chat for you. But I'm out of here. Later. See you guys probably Wednesday for the sponsor stream. Tomorrow I've got I have so many meetings scheduled tomorrow, so we'll probably see you guys Wednesday. Later.